again, I'm trying to drive the whole picture. I know I'm going to get a ton of hate on this. It's just, I like to look at both sides of the coin. And I know some of you guys are sitting there at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, and you're just so eager. And again, I appreciate it, but I want you to be an adult and look at the whole picture, okay? So recently, JT made a video about being blamed for someone's son not making it into the military or being kicked out of the military. And I kind of want to talk about that, so stay tuned. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another military video for all your military video needs. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's go right into the topic. And JT made this video, and it wasn't a boot camp reaction video. I know you guys love those, but we're gonna go through this. JT was sent an email from a mother saying that he was the reason why this person was kicked out of Navy boot camp, and it's because he was told to lie at Meps or lie and say he didn't have a certain condition. And I kind of want to go through this because I always get comments or messages about someone's specific issue, right? Of my medical history is this. So I assume that if you're joining the military, you're probably 18. You're an adult. Now, we all follow adult rules, laws, whatever else, right? Now, if somebody like your recruiter or you see someone on the internet tell you to lie at Meps or whatever else, then sure, you can listen to them, but who does that fall on? That falls on you. So I know everyone's looking for advice on, I've got this scar, I had asthma at 6, that is all upon what you disclose or don't disclose. You understand what's at risk. Because if you go into the military and they find out you lied and they process you out and send you back home, that's a waste of your time, the tax dollars and all that stuff. And I hate to say it, but you know, you could have not wasted your time and told the truth, which I know someone's going to say, no, don't listen to Nikki, you should lie and da-da. I get it. Okay, cool. That's your prerogative. And like I said, you're an adult, so you choose whether you lie or don't lie to Meps and what all that deal is. But obviously, you understand there's only 1% of the population that is actually able to meet the requirements to be in the military. And I know some of you guys are looking for answers from me, JT, or whatever else. But the funny thing about it, even me as a medical person, I want to shine light on this even more in depth. So I have a very good medical knowledge or background as an independent duty corpsman. Like, for example, someone wrote me about an ACL tear, knee injury. They got it repaired and they had a scar. And they're like, hey, Nikki, should I go to Meps and lie about this? And I'm like, all right. I'll play along with that. Go lie at Meps, okay? Say they look at your scar and you're like, oh yeah, I just scratched it. Do you really think that's gonna pass when it's a straight scar, where a scar that looks like a actual surgical incision? There's a difference between, you know, something that just looks jagged and like a fine cut. Like, let's be honest, or like self-harm scars. You know, let's be honest. How many people get scratches right here for no reason? I mean, you got to kind of use a little common sense. So I want to go through this and realize I can let you know, like, that's usually not a big deal. Like, I've dealt with people in the military that have ACL tears. I don't know how their process is. I'm not a recruiter. Hell, I'm not the Meps doctor that is going to clear you. There is no definitive yes, no, as far as conditions go, because there's obviously a spectrum, right? Of how severe things can be. So say this person had an ACL tear and this person is able to recover fully and this person isn't because they had a better rehab or whatever. There's a lot that goes into that and the disparity between those. So you can ask for my medical advice or medical opinion, but it doesn't change the fact that I am not the medical doctor that is seeing you at Meps and that has the working knowledge of whether this is a good condition or bad condition or whatever else. And JT definitely doesn't have that. And, you know, I want you guys to understand, you can ask that question all day, every day, but it's not going to change the fact it comes down to one moment. When you are at Meps, if you disclose it, if they find something, if they question you about something, it's on you. And it's on whatever your condition is and what the status of that is. And none of the military YouTubers can make that determination or can help you with that because it's not up to us. It's up to this doctor, and that's their job. That's what they get paid to do. And JT did say that there are people that go there and ramble and ramble and ramble, and you dig yourself a hole because you have thought of everything. You think everyone's going to capture everything that you've ever been seen for, right? And what I want to dive into is, he made the comment like, if you had 3 stitches or whatnot, like, is that really important? If you had a scrape, if you know, whatever else, that's on you. Like, literally, what I want to drive home here is, it's also on the military health system. So say you have a condition you don't disclose that is made worse, which JT does mention in his video. You go to boot camp, you're going to be under more stress than what you thought. We had one guy in my boot camp that had screws all through his wrists. Somehow made it through Meps, because obviously Meps is not perfect. There are people that have plays slip through the cracks, and he had screws drilled in there. And he went to boot camp, we were doing push-ups, and he told our RDC he could not do anymore. His wrist was literally swollen, and you could tell it was inflamed, nasty. He just couldn't. And the RDC knew it was bad, and he was like, why is your wrist swollen? And he's like, oh, petty officer, I had screws drilled and I lied at Meps because my recruiter told me to, and now I can't do it. Because a lot of you guys have not put your body under that stress. Yes, you can say, yes, I can move it, I have full strength, but when you're being IT'd for an hour or whatever the case may be, is that risk or is that injury or is that medical thing not going to be an issue? Also, I want to drive home. Say you are on a destroyer, which has a couple hundred people in it. Me, as an independent duty corpsman, I'm not a doctor, okay? I can treat, diagnose, and do that for active duty members, but I would be your medical provider on a ship. Say you are between Hawaii and Guam, which is a several day trip, you know, and you get some kind of condition which is preventable, but you lied at Meps because you thought that was the best idea. And we're in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and I need to get you to the hospital in Guam, or I need to get you to Hawaii, or wherever I need to get you to. I have to now turn a multi-million-dollar warship from its course or direction where it's at to get you to Hawaii, get you to Guam, get a helo in the air, pick you up, take you there, get a medical person or a non-medical attending person that's with you to then escort you and be with you as you go to your next spot. And now that takes someone else from their job. So I want to say, I'm not telling you to lie, not lie, or whatever else. I just want you to look like the full extent of what your one white lie at Meps could be. It could be nothing, it could be something, you know. I'm not here to decipher that, but I wanted to react to this more so on the medical aspect because I have a more in-depth working knowledge of medical issues that happen. I know a lot of you want to join the military. I'm glad you want to join. I appreciate your driven motivation to go do that. But if you are not medically able to meet the requirement to be in the military, I'm sorry, but it's not the only option of an employment. And I say it because I want everyone to be able to join, but that's just, I can tell you, there's just a lot of things in the military that you don't do as a civilian that are going to be harder on your body, harder on your mind, that can make your symptoms worse. So just take it seriously. Meps is supposed to be that thing to filter out people because they are not wanting you to be more injured, and they want you to be able to do the job. Because if you get medically separated even a year and 2 years in and that's it, you've just wasted a year or two of your time, and you're going to go home sad, and you have to tell everyone that you couldn't go through the whole thing because medical situations came up or arose, and now you're sitting home twiddling your thumbs because this was your only plan. And I don't want you guys to waste your time. I want you to have a successful 4-year, 5-year, 6-year enlistment, get your benefits, be able to get out, and also while you're in, be able to do the job and be able to be satisfied, because it is not satisfying knowing that you could have done something else during those 2 years of training and boot camp and all that stuff. Maybe you could have went to college and focused on yourself. But if you have questions about the military, I want you guys to hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.